The Astros pick up their first series win against the Cincinnati Reds since 2016, so it's been a pretty long time coming, if you ask me. So we're going to talk about this series. We've got a lot to discuss with injury updates surrounding it for Whitley, Hayden Wisniewski, and Altuve and Jordan, as well as a shocking story surrounding Lance McCullers. It's all coming up next. Stay tuned. Mother's Day to Astros moms. Hope y'all are having a great day. So the Astros over Mother's Day weekend here at Daikin Park took 2 out of 3 from the Cincinnati Reds. It was their first couple of wins and first series win over the Cincinnati Reds since 2016. To think that in that span, the Astros had gotten their 2 World Series titles, 4 AL pennants, and also Altuve in that span had gathered over 1,700 hits. One of those hits was a double that he had in the first game of the series, giving him 700 extra base hits for his career, making him the 4th Astro ever to reach that milestone. But let's talk about the rest of the series outside of that. First things first, let's dive right into a couple of injury updates, starting with Altuve. He had left Saturday's game with what the Astros are describing as right hamstring tightness. I believe that he might have sustained this in the first inning when he was making a diving catch. Felt okay at first, but seeing that he was pinch hit for 2 innings later after that, I guess it just got to the point where he had to leave. The word is that we might not see him this homestand. Could see him, but we'll see. Next up, Jordan. He was able to grip a bat today, and he could be hitting off of a tee pretty soon. Could be as soon as tomorrow. We'll see about that. Forrest Whitley is also still hurt. He's been hurt since late April. He's getting really close to returning to action. He did pitching drills today and is expected to pitch a minor league game sometime this week, so we'll see how that goes. Hayden Wisniewski, unfortunately, was the next Astros pitcher to hit the injured list with right elbow discomfort, which I am super concerned about because elbow injuries on pitchers are pretty bad. So I'm hoping that it's just a little bit of a fluke and, hopefully he'll get better soon. The worst case is that he's going to require some kind of surgery on it, which I am hoping it does not happen, but he is currently being evaluated by team doctors, so we're currently not sure. So we currently don't have any info to share. Christian Javier's rehab is now in full swing. He is rehabbing in West Palm Beach, and he threw 15 pitches off of a mound on Friday. And will be progressing over the course of the season. We could see him mid-season this year. My guess is that we'll probably see him in August, but we'll see if we see him any sooner or later. Currently, we're not 100% sure yet. Finally, diving right into the series itself, the Astros got engaged early, and with Hunter Brown on the mound, it's becoming pretty much automatic for him to deliver a quality start. He is a completely different pitcher over the course of the start of last season. During last season, the very beginning or so, he was one of the worst pitchers in the league, but he has turned into an ace. Let's be 100% honest. He allowed just 2 hits over 5 2/3 innings of work. The big pivotal moment in his outing came with 2 outs in the 3rd inning where he had walked Matt McLain on a 3-2 pitch that looked very clearly to be a strike, as you guys can see on the strike zone here. And that would bring up Eli De La Cruz with 2 men on base with 2 outs. But De La Cruz did not put up as much of a fight, and Hunter Brown was able to retire him to end the inning. So overall, very good outing for Hunter Brown. The scoring for the Astros came in the 2nd and 5th innings. Zach DeZenzo would get that scoring started with an RBI single. And then Jeremy Pena and Isaac Paredes would each get RBIs of their own. Pena coming on an RBI groundout, which he was able to put a ball in play to score Brendan Rodgers. And then Isaac Paredes, a couple batters later, would make it 3-0 Astros, which would make the final score, which would be the final score in this game. 4 Astros pitchers would combine to hold the Reds to just 4 hits. So overall, very good outing. This was the definition of a quality start win and a good win to snap the Astros' 9-game losing streak against the Reds, which dated back to 2016. If you ask me, that's a little bit crazy. And crazy to think in that span what has happened with the Astros during that span. But unfortunately for Saturday's game, it was a wild game in a couple of ways. It started with Lance McCullers' disastrous outing in the first inning, giving up 7 runs on several hits. I don't remember how many. Even after he had given up 7 runs and Espada had lifted him after he had only recorded 1 out, the Reds would still continue to pile on, eventually scoring 10 runs in the course of the frame. And unfortunately, that 10 spot would stand despite the Astros putting up 6 spot to get within at 5 after 3 innings to make it a ball game. Unfortunately, the big killer for us was just leaving guys on base. I mean, even if we were just down 3-0 at this point, it still would have been the same way. Like, we need to capitalize with men on base. It doesn't matter how many guys we have on base, whether it's just, 2 guys on base. If the bases are loaded, we need to capitalize. If we had capitalized, we would have won this game. It's that simple. Despite the bullpen logging 8 2/3 innings, they kept us in the game virtually all night. And the Reds did score 2 more times in the 3rd inning to put 12 runs on the board for them, but the bullpen would log 2 straight scoreless innings before they allowed 1 more run to the Reds, but they were shut out the rest of the way. But like I had said, that 10 spot in the 1st inning given up by Lance McCullers would stand over the course of this game. And one thing I do want to mention, I did mention at the beginning of this video at the fact that there was a shocking story surrounding Lance McCullers Jr. that a couple of anonymous Astros fans, obviously I do not know their names, but even if I did, I do not want to be calling anyone out on the internet in these videos because, I mean, I'm not that kind of person. I'm just a fan who follows the Astros, and I'm not a person that wants to be, pointing fingers at a certain player after they have a terrible day. I mean, I could point some fingers at Lance, but like I said, I'm not going to because I'm just not that kind of a person. But unfortunately, there were some other guys out there that wanted to go the extra mile and get HPD involved with this because they were posting threats towards Lance McCullers and his family, and particularly his kids. I'm not going to be describing the threats because, I mean, if you guys follow the Astros 24/7, you probably know what was going on. And amidst all this, Lance had actually went and deactivated his Twitter account, which obviously that's to be expected. He should have deactivated that, and I expect that to be deactivated for the foreseeable future. Now look, as a fan, if you want to be going out and just, posting in private Facebook groups or something like that where nobody else except for you and the members in that group can see that, you can talk trash about players all you want, but let this be a learning lesson about thinking about what you're posting. Because, you never know what if anybody out there could see it, especially if you're posting threats directly at someone. If you want to talk trash about someone like that, just posting it on your timeline or just keeping it private for certain people to see, that's fine. Like, if I were at this game, I absolutely would have booed the players, after that pathetic performance they had put up in this game. Because, if I'm going to be paying all this money for tickets and for parking, which, again, tickets and parking these days isn't really expensive. Between that and tickets, I'm usually paying no more than $50, which, that's not bad, I guess. But, if I'm still paying all that money for a good seat and parking and also food on top of that, I don't have expectations for us making the World Series or anything. But, if you're going to put up a 10 spot at the very start of the game, as fans are settling into their seats, I'm not going to tolerate that. At all. And if you were at this game and, you were going to boo, then, so be it if some jerk out there just wants to call you a loser for booing your own team. I don't care. Like I said, fans 100% have the right to be booing the players, whether they were specifically booing Lance or if they just wanted to rain down their boos as a whole. The Boo Birds made themselves present over the course of this game. And they should have. Because, like I said, the performance in that 1st inning was just pathetic. And, as much as I would have liked to, ask for a refund on this game, if I probably would have, unfortunately, that just does not work for me. But like I said, the Boo Birds made themselves known over the course of this game. I don't have any information on these fans and what's going on and stuff as of late Sunday night, but I kind of hope these fans are going to get what they deserve. But going into Sunday's finale, the Astros were able to emerge triumphant in this game. Ronel Blanco, after the bullpen had logged 8 2/3 innings last night, was absolutely nasty. He had a career-high 11 strikeouts over 8 scoreless innings. He and Sean Dubin, who was making his season debut for the Astros, would combine to just hold the Reds to just 2 hits. The Astros, meanwhile, got 6 runs on 9 hits themselves, chipped in with 3 RBIs apiece from Christian Walker and Yonier Diaz. Yonier Diaz was the first one of which to get the scoring started by hitting a towering blast off the community leader signs to make it 3-0 Astros early. And then Christian Walker would chip in with another 3 RBIs, 2 of which came in the 6th inning with the bases loaded. His other RBI also came with the bases loaded back in the 4th inning. He would unfortunately not deliver as much, but, he did get a sac fly, so, one run's better than nothing, I guess. Ultimately, of course, like I had said, it was Christian Walker and Yadier Diaz getting carrying the offense on our back and showing their highlights offensively over the course of this game. X out Saturday's game, and this would be a great series. So, hopefully we can keep this up. Next up for the Astros, they will be wrapping up this homestand against the Kansas City Royals, a team that they had faced not too long ago at Kauffman Stadium, where they dropped 2 out of 3. This is going to be a pretty tough series coming up for us. The Royals have actually been playing very good baseball as of late, having won, I would think, 7 of their last 8, if I'm not mistaken. They came in on like a 7-game winning streak that they saw snapped at the hands of the Red Sox last Friday. So, I don't know what the result was over the rest of that series, but, this is going to be a very tough series. So, hopefully we can bring our A game, and hopefully we can, get some revenge on the Royals. Last year when we got swept at Kauffman Stadium, we swept the Royals at Minute Maid Park a couple months later. So, maybe it's a similar story this year. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Want to watch any of my other videos, and click these cards here above my shoulders. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, like I said, and I will see you guys in the next one.